Boy.
Back up. Bro, are you serious? I'm calm. You're just immature. Yes, you are.
A grown man with 2 kids at home just had a complete meltdown on camera crying after getting pushed by a 21-year-old YouTuber. What you're about to witness isn't just another influencer drama. It's a father figure completely losing his mind over internet clout at 3:30 in the morning. This confrontation between Island Boy and Jack Doherty exposed everything wrong with today's social media culture. We're diving deep into the shocking footage that shows a man choosing online beef over his own children, and the disturbing pattern of violence that led to this explosive moment. Picture this scene. It's Father's Day weekend, past 3 a.m., and instead of being home with his 2 young children, Island Boy is at Jack Doherty's house, starting drama. The confrontation starts over what Island Boy calls disrespect. Apparently, Jack made some comment that set him off completely. But here's where it gets wild. Island Boy keeps mentioning his broken collarbone, using it as both an excuse and a threat. He's literally saying, "If I didn't have a broken collarbone, you'd be knocked out," while simultaneously getting in Jack's face for minutes straight. The contradiction is insane. The tension builds for over 10 minutes of pure chaos. Island Boy is screaming, spitting, and acting completely unhinged, while Jack tries to de-escalate. Then comes the moment that changes everything. Jack finally snaps and pushes him away. That's when the tough guy act completely crumbles. For those who don't know Jack Doherty, this 21-year-old YouTuber has built an empire on controversy and chaos. Starting his channel as a teenager, Jack's content revolves around pranks, stunts, and deliberately provocative behavior that keeps viewers coming back for more. Jack's known for pushing boundaries and creating dramatic situations, but he's also shown a pattern of staying relatively calm during confrontations. His content strategy involves surrounding himself with volatile personalities and letting the drama unfold naturally. It's calculated chaos, and it works. What makes Jack different from other prank channels is his ability to stay composed when things get heated. He's not the biggest guy, but he's smart about managing situations. That composure is exactly what we see in this confrontation, until he reaches his breaking point. The kid has millions of followers and makes serious money from this content. While Island Boy is struggling financially and clout chasing, Jack has turned controversy into a legitimate business. That power dynamic plays a huge role in what happens next. The verbal exchange reveals everything about both personalities. Island Boy immediately goes into aggressive mode, getting inches from Jack's face and making threats. He's trying to intimidate someone nearly half his age, using his size and reputation to create fear. But Jack doesn't back down. Instead, he uses psychological warfare, pointing out that Island Boy is broke, acting immature, and embarrassing himself on camera. The age difference becomes a weapon. Jack keeps emphasizing that Island Boy is older, but acting like a child. The broken collarbone becomes Island Boy's crutch throughout the fight. He repeatedly mentions it as his excuse for not throwing punches, but also as a threat about what would happen if he was healthy. It's a contradictory defense mechanism that shows his internal struggle between wanting to fight and knowing he can't win. What's really disturbing is how Island Boy keeps referencing his children during this confrontation. He's using his role as a father to demand respect, while simultaneously abandoning those same kids to chase internet drama. The hypocrisy is staggering. After minutes of Island Boy literally breathing in Jack's face, making threats and refusing to back away, Jack reaches his limit. The push isn't violent or aggressive, it's a boundary being enforced after countless warnings. But Island Boy's reaction is telling. Instead of escalating physically like he threatened, he immediately starts playing victim. The tough guy persona evaporates instantly, replaced by complaints and demands for respect. This moment exposes the entire act. The aftermath is even more revealing. Island Boy starts talking about getting his lick back and plotting revenge, but when given multiple opportunities to actually fight, he backs down every time. The broken collarbone excuse comes back, but everyone can see through it now. Jack's security gets involved, but the damage to Island Boy's reputation is already done. He's been exposed as someone who talks tough, but can't follow through when challenged. The internet never forgets these moments. If you're shocked by what you've seen so far, wait until you hear about the pattern of violence that led to this moment. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're about to expose some disturbing behavior that goes way beyond this single incident. Here's where the story takes a truly pathetic turn. After all the tough talk and threats, Island Boy starts crying. Not just getting emotional, full-on tears streaming down his face, while Jack's cameras capture every second. The contrast is devastating. Minutes earlier, he was screaming about being a real man and threatening violence. Now he's sobbing because someone finally stood up to his bullying behavior. The footage shows him wiping tears while trying to maintain some dignity. Jack's reaction is calculated and cold. He doesn't offer comfort or try to de-escalate emotionally. Instead, he points out the crying to his audience, making sure everyone sees the complete breakdown of Island Boy's tough guy image. It's brutal but effective content. This emotional collapse reveals the real person behind the aggressive persona. Island Boy isn't a hardened street fighter. He's an insecure man desperate for validation and respect he hasn't earned. The internet fame hasn't filled the void in his self-worth. This incident isn't isolated. Island Boy and his brother have a documented history of violence, particularly targeting women. Earlier in 2024, footage emerged of one of the Island Boys allegedly kicking Jack's girlfriend in the head during a separate confrontation. The pattern shows escalating behavior from verbal threats to physical violence against vulnerable targets. When faced with someone who fights back like Jack, the aggression turns to tears. But when the target is smaller or more vulnerable, the violence becomes real. Their criminal background dates back to their teenage years, with multiple arrests and even SWAT raids at their home. This isn't just social media drama. It's a pattern of antisocial behavior that's getting worse with internet fame. What's most disturbing is how they use their online platform to normalize this behavior. Followers see the aggression as entertainment, not recognizing the real harm being caused to actual people caught in their orbit. The most heartbreaking aspect of this entire situation is Island Boy's role as a father. While he's screaming in another man's face at 3:30 a.m. on Father's Day weekend, his two young children are presumably at home without their dad. Throughout the confrontation, he references being a father as if it gives him automatic respect and authority. But his actions show the complete opposite. A man prioritizing internet drama over his children's well-being and his own reputation as a role model. The irony is suffocating. He demands respect for being a father while acting in ways that would embarrass any decent parent. Those kids will eventually see this footage and have to reconcile the image of their father crying after starting a fight he couldn't finish. Jack repeatedly points this out during their argument, highlighting how a grown man with children is acting less mature than a 21-year-old. It's a devastating observation that cuts to the core of Island Boy's identity crisis. This entire incident perfectly illustrates the toxic relationship between relevance and respect in social media culture. Island Boy isn't fighting for his honor or defending his family. He's desperately trying to stay relevant in an algorithm that rewards outrageous behavior. The pursuit of viral moments has replaced genuine human connection and dignity. Every insult, every threat, every tear is calculated to generate views and comments. The emotional breakdown becomes content, and the personal humiliation becomes profit for others. Jack understands this game better than Island Boy, which is why he stays calm and collected. He knows that the more unhinged his opponent becomes, the better the content performs. It's a masterclass in manipulation, disguised as entertainment. But the cost is human dignity and authentic relationships. Island Boy has sacrificed his reputation, his role as a father figure, and his self-respect for a few thousand views on someone else's channel. The mathematics of modern fame don't add up to happiness. The immediate aftermath of this confrontation spread across social media platforms within hours. Clips of Island Boy crying went viral, spawning countless memes and reaction videos. His attempt to appear tough backfired spectacularly. Jack's audience grew significantly from the incident, proving once again that controversy converts to subscribers. The algorithm rewarded the drama with massive reach, while Island Boy became the punchline rather than the protagonist of his own story. The long-term consequences are more serious. Island Boy's credibility as an intimidating figure is permanently damaged. Future confrontations will reference this breakdown, and opponents will know exactly how to trigger his emotional collapse. For his children, the impact could be devastating. Schoolmates and peers will eventually discover footage of their father crying after starting a fight. The internet's permanent memory means this humiliation follows them indefinitely. This incident represents everything wrong with influencer culture and the pursuit of viral fame. Grown adults are reduced to playground behavior seeking validation from strangers instead of focusing on real relationships and responsibilities. The commodification of human conflict for entertainment creates perverse incentives. Bad behavior gets rewarded with attention, while mature conflict resolution gets ignored by the algorithm. We're literally incentivizing the worst aspects of human nature. Island Boy's breakdown isn't just personal failure. It's a symptom of a culture that values engagement over ethics, views over virtue, and virality over genuine human connection. The system is broken when fathers abandon their children for internet drama. The saddest part is how preventable this was. A simple conversation, a genuine apology, or just walking away could have preserved everyone's dignity. Instead, we get content that damages real people for temporary entertainment. What started as another influencer confrontation ended up exposing the hollow core of social media fame. Island Boy's emotional breakdown revealed the insecurity and desperation hidden beneath aggressive personas that dominate online spaces. Jack Doherty might have won this particular battle, but the real losers are Island Boy's children, who have to live with the consequences of their father's choices. The pursuit of internet relevance cost him something far more valuable than views: his dignity and role model status. This incident serves as a warning about the true cost of viral fame. When seeking attention becomes more important than family responsibilities, when manufactured drama replaces authentic relationships, and when grown men cry over internet beef while their children sleep alone, we've lost something essential about human dignity. The cameras captured everything, the internet never forgets, and the consequences extend far beyond the original participants. In the attention economy, everyone pays a price, but children and families pay the highest cost of all. Remember, this isn't just entertainment. These are real people making real choices with real consequences. The next time you see influencer drama, ask yourself, what's really being sacrificed for your few minutes of entertainment? This content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The situations described involve real people in serious conflicts. This is not professional advice. If you're dealing with similar issues, consult appropriate resources for help and support.